Shalom, shalom, family. It's good that we are back together
Um, oh yeah, King Hebrew, you want to be a mod? Sure, absolutely. There you are. You are a moderator. Welcome, family. It's good that we're back together, and we're going to go over some more videos of really good YouTubers that I have listened to, and one is actually a new young man, and we're going to watch his video as well. But I just wanted to say shalom to you. All right. Ancient Melanin, you are a mod. Shalom, Mother Nature. Welcome. So we're going to cover a couple of topics along with watching videos. And one of the topics, and it seemed to have caught on, and I'm so glad that I did my video on the dreamer. Boy, I was fired up on that one because I am done with people taking credit for what we do. I'm done with that, y'all. I'm serious. I'm at my boiling point over that. And we have got to stand up and claim back what's ours and what also belongs to our ancestors. For too long, people have screwed us over, taken our skills and our talent and stamped their names on it. Take our hard work and stamp their names on it. We're done with that shit. We ain't moving forward with everybody taking credit for what came from us. That's got to stop. And it's up to us to stop it. Hey, Elder. Welcome, Elder Rashawn Shakur. Welcome, brother. And it's got to stop. I'm done with that. And the dreamer thing just kind of stirred up a nest of bees in me. And I'm sorry. It is time that we start reclaiming what's ours, period, and stop being afraid to do so. Somebody coming up and telling us, oh, well, no, we didn't do the work, but we supervised. No, that's nothing. That's nothing. Our people came over here already skilled carpenters and skilled seamstress and skilled in many, many areas. The inoculation came from a Black man. We were skilled already. We didn't need these damn pale people's supervision. Get the hell out of here. Are you kidding me? Okay. No, we didn't need their supervision. We were already a highly skilled people. That's why they knew exactly who to get to build this country. They knew who you were before they came over and kidnapped us into slavery. They knew who the hell we were. We didn't need these damn pale people's supervision. That's just a lame, bogus excuse to steal our talents. And it's got to stop, y'all. It's got to stop. We got to raise our voices up louder and louder and louder. It's got to stop. And I'm seeing that many of our brothers and sisters are raising their voices, and I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it. And it's got to continue. We got to continue the momentum with this. So we're going to start out with those videos. And one is from D.L. Hughley, who I was kind of mad at for a while because him, taking the stand with that little white boy that was being harassed. I didn't like that. But I have to also come to the realization, just because I may not always agree with your opinion, it does not mean that I don't admire other things about you. And that took some growing up, and I had to grow up just like everybody else. And I'm glad to see many of our people are on this subject these days. And we need to stay on this subject until it is clear that every damn invention up in this bitch came from us. We have to stop letting people steal our thunder. We have to stop it. It has to be quashed. And it starts with us, and it starts with us educating our children on who Black inventors were and what their accomplishments are. And the thing is, we must let our kids know damn near everything that you look at every day came from our ancestors. They are Black inventions. The automobile is a Black invention. The PC is a Black invention. The cell phone is a Black invention. The refrigerator is a Black invention. All of that's got to be brought out. That is the education we give our kids. All this stuff about white people and their history is of no use to us at all. And it does not change our life just because we know some white history. We need to get down to what we are and who we are. You know? Yeah, but he says something really significant today that I'm going to play for you. And it's not the whole video. I'm not going to play his whole video. It's just going to be a segment that I absolutely agree with. The rest of it, I'm not going to even listen to because I'm not really that interested. Right. The super soaker. It's endless. The air conditioner. You're right. D Harp and Darian Anderson. It's too many things. That's the thing. It's too many. And these things are ours. These white people were not capable or even smart enough to invent all of this stuff. All they simply did was slap their names on what their slaves did and then claim, oh, well, we owned the slaves, so it's our... No. It's not your accomplishment because you owned the slaves. That's just a lame excuse to get away with taking credit for something you didn't do. And Trump has started doing that as well. But you know what? All white people do that. They do it. Many of us have experienced this on jobs. Many of us have experienced this in school. And we've had firsthand experience on things being taken and white people taking credit for things they didn't do. It's happened to me, you know? So without further ado, we're going to get started. I need to share my screen with you. And then at the very end, I got sort of a bonus vintage type video that I'm going to show you as well. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me share my screen with you. And you have to excuse me, my internet has been dragging all day. So it may be a little slow, but just bear with me. I'm going to do the best that I can to get through this for us. Let's see here.
Philadelphia. We've driven down from New York to a lot of the State of the Union. And of course, I didn't watch the State of the Union because it is more important than what you say is what you've done. Nothing you can say will make me forget the way that you've comported yourself for the last year or so. You've been racist, you've been misogynistic, you've been more of a dictator than a president. So whatever you say, when that like what my Angela say, if somebody shows you who they are, believe them. And I believe he is a man that takes credit for things we know he did not do. He's done it over and over again. I got a small loan from my father, and that's how it came. He's a man who started out on third and ended up going to home plate and thought he hit a home run. He takes credit for stuff that he does all the time, but nothing is more American than that. Nothing is more American than taking credit for the accomplishments of people of color. It has happened over and over again. From the first time, you know, America, Christopher Columbus discovered America. Damn the brown people that were living here before that. You know, over and over and over again, you will see white people not being reticent to take credit for things they didn't do. We built America. No, white people, y'all supervised. You didn't, you know, no. You didn't. The economy that you now tout was given to you directly from Barack Obama. See, it's easy now to talk about how great things are right now. It is much like Trump. You inherited something and you believe you accomplished it.
Right. And that's exactly how it's been done all throughout history, y'all. all throughout history, they inherited our inventions, and they think what we've done belonged to them. And no, our ancestors worked their asses off building this country up. Whatever they accomplish belongs to them and them only. And they represent us. We are their offspring, plain and simple. All right. So I just wanted you to hear that. And I'm glad so many are bringing out that very point. All right. So now let's get to this brother that I've been listening to. He goes by the Bottom Line SW. And I'm going to post his link. Let me see. I'm going to post this link right here. Hey, True Royal. All right. And let me pull this video up and let me start playing it so you can hear this.
Tonight, in this room full of music streamers, we remember that this country was built by dreamers, for dreamers, chasing the American dream.
Okay, because we're going to stop that shit right the fuck there. That is a motherfucking lie. Okay, shout out to the sister Lisa. This is where I originally got this from. And I feel so disrespected. I'm pretty sure my ancestors are rolling over in their goddamn graves right now due to this bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? You know, if you allow individuals to come forth with a fucking lie and say it long enough, they are truly going to start to believe in their own bullshit. I strongly believe that. Here it is. You got black people in the world making the first refrigerator, making the caller ID, making the toilet. All types of inventions made by black folks. But they're stripped of it some type of way on some bullshit because I owned you as a slave and you didn't invent it. Man, fuck you. If you ain't created hands-on, these people patent this shit after they stole it from a black person, all right? And then try to take credit for it. You motherfuckers couldn't build shit because you didn't have to because the slaves were the builders. You look all around the world in these countries, even probably the fucking country that she come from, and black folks have built the structure of your so-called history that you have there. How dare you? Okay? If that's the fucking case, in droves, why is ICE running around here snatching you motherfucking immigrants up and deporting y'all asses if you built so much of America? Yeah, they hate our black asses, but the big problem is they can't get rid of us, okay? They complain all day about the nigger problem. The nigger problem. The last time I checked, so-called niggers was minding their own fucking business before you came over there meddling, trying to force motherfuckers. No, not trying, forcing motherfuckers into slavery. Okay? So don't confront me today about the nigger problem and folks with their pants hanging off their ass and how this nigga need to do that and he needs to get a job somewhere. No, fuck you. All right? It's all good when you can crack the whip on a nigga's back, huh? And beat a motherfucker to a bloody pulp and violate his family members in front of him. It's all good when you can do that. But when a nigga ain't doing your goddamn bidding for you, now you want him out of here. Now it's language like, go back to your country. Bitch, I didn't want to come here in the first place. But since I'm here, motherfuckers, I might as well enjoy myself. God damn it. Let's get to this bullshit that she talking about. You know, you folks, and I ain't talking to all of you, just people with the wrong perspective of shit. Folks that been fronting on black people for so long, hiding up under white supremacy's nuts, thinking you're going to have a free, healthy stay here because these are your sole protectors. And your same protectors are letting Donald Trump put the fuck to you. Now you're running out here with your turpin, Black lives matter. That black like no. Get your motherfucking ass back over there and hold them nuts. Hold them. Okay? Because I didn't see a lot of you jokers when these black people were out here getting slaughtered, killed in the street, gunned down. Unarmed black folks gunned down by race soldiers. I didn't see you. Where was you at? Can you point yourself out? I didn't see you. So I don't want to hear this bullshit about how what this and that and how Trump is coming for you because your paperwork ain't right. Well, Obama's a nigga, but he passed a bill for y'all motherfuckers to stay. An executive order. He ain't put it in law, an executive order. And Trump was able to fuck it up. Now he putting the screw to y'all. And you got people like her, uninformed, lying. You're not going to tell a lie and tell us the truth. This is what white supremacy does. They spit a lie out to death, and they regurgitate it over and over, and they pass the lie on until they can put it somewhere in the history books of it being the truth. When in all reality, real people that have done their research knows it's a fucking lie. Dreamers have built this country. This country, America, the so-called home of the free, was built off the backs of slaves. Black, melanated people built this country off of free labors, which we received zero reparations for. My ancestors built this motherfucking country, goddammit. Not no damn dreamers. Y'all washed y'all ass up in here, and it's the same old bullshit. Black folks take the bruises, we take the beating, we get dragged around the street, hosed down, bit by dogs. And then here it is, foreigners come in here and they can get a loan from a bank quicker than we can to set up shop. Won't even give us a loan. Rather your credit good and that won't give you a fucking loan. Okay? Goddamn. Fought for civil rights and all that. Supposed to be implemented for black folks to be able to have an extra step up from 400 years of abuse plus some, of getting fucked over plus some in the United States. Their dirty laundry being aired out on television, other countries seeing how fucked up they do their own people. And then they wanted to toss us a bone, but not us, to foreigners. We had Jewish people coming in our communities. Hey, can we live here? Can we ride with y'all? Yeah, cool. But when the motherfucking benefits started to get passed out, they separated from melanated people. We will hook you up, as long as we can get the numbers as far as voting, but we can't pass nothing down to the niggas. That's how it's always been, man. So I refuse to let some joker that came in here through a goddamn sewer with fucking flip-flops on, with sandals, however you got here, and I ain't talking about all of you, just some of you folks that like to hide underneath for white supremacy's nuts and throw shots at black folks like you safe, and now your ass is successfully getting deported because Trump's showing you some real white supremacy, some of that hardcore goddamn overalls wearing cornbread eating white supremacy, showing you where it's at. Now you want to grab your motherfucking Black Lives Matter t-shirt and stand next to a brother or a sister screaming out this bullshit. Miss me with that. Y'all ain't build a goddamn thing. You came over here after black folks did the dirty work and got fucked up behind some shit that we believe in and enjoyed all the benefits. And you got every last one of them. More than some of the fucking black folks out here, our ancestors that really deserved it. More than us. Okay? Oh, we're going to put this law in. We're going to pass out this affirmative action, this and that. The number one beneficiary of affirmative action is white women. Check it, look it up. And get out of my fucking comment section with that dumb shit. I mean, people misinformed. You retarded walking around here and you want to speak uneducated bullshit alternative facts to me. Go lay down somewhere. All right? And let me talk my motherfucking shit. This shit is a big problem. What's wrong with America here today? Because you got people trying to claim shit with no facts. Yes, me, along with a lot of other people here in America, feel bad for what's going on with the Dreamers. But don't lie. You know who built America. White supremacy knows who built America. Though they try to do their best to slight us and give us zero credit. Oh, well, my ancestors owned the slaves, so technically, no, bitch. Who put their hands on to create it, to do the work, the research? To put these type of resources together in order to create this into an invention. Who did that? Not who stole it and patented it and put their fucking name on it, which has happened so many times in history to black folks. Look at the pyramids, you know, over there across the pond and shit, the pyramids. Everywhere you look, they had to enslave the builders to build America. We build, melanated people build America off of free labor, getting your fucking head cracked into around the goddamn clock. Build America, not no damn dreamers. Snatch your ass up, you can go dream some goddamn where else because you out your mind. You really dreaming, goddamn it, if you think that y'all motherfuckers came over here and built America. You telling a goddamn lie. Fuck wrong with you? And as I get down to the course of the bottom line, I'm gonna tell you like this, man. For the respectable folks and the dreamers that came over here and found the job, they seen the injustices. They never took a shot at black folks and never had no disrespect for us. And they wasn't trying to crowd up underneath of white supremacist nuts. I have no problem with you guys. My heart goes out to you and your families. But for you jokers that came over here and thought because you spoke this and that and your skin complexion was white and you was good enough for the votes and you circled white on your documentations, rather you went to the doctor's office or social services or whatever, and you circled white, thinking that you had new benefits over here because of that. You eat a dick. You comfortably take the fuckery that's coming from the president that you love so much that you went out here and voted for, and you eat this wood, okay? I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing from you while you kicking, screaming, and hollering and getting introduced to a goddamn country that you ain't never seen before. You thought cutting a jig and shitting on black folks was worth it until you ran head face to face with true hardcore white supremacy. Now you want us to rally up and get involved with that bullshit, huh? Shit, got the wrong motherfucking one, goddammit. We're gonna look out for our people first, which we should have been doing throughout history before we realized the joke was on us and fuckery was gonna come our way through artificial allies that we thought was fucking with us until we wanted to date their sister, okay? Until we wanted to mingle with a piece of their family. And then they introduce us to that N-word again and let us know that through their eyes, you know, we're a nigger as well. I feel you. I got you, homie. But now get your motherfucking turpin and them dusty ass them slippers and that big ass wide hat and get the fuck up out of here. Get up out of here. All right? Since you thought white supremacy is yours, get the fuck up out of here. Go dream somewhere else. March is coming, closing in. Which I know he grabbing y'all by the thousands now. And the party's over. So all that applauding and shit in the crowd, you probably got a large portion of them with white supremacists looking at, yeah, we need to get these Mexicans up out of here. We need to shit. I told my homie a couple of years ago, Mexicans, you know, folks talking about Mexicans taking all the jobs is the dog whistle of the new nigga, okay? But not entirely, because we still niggas first. Huh? I ain't gonna sweep us out the way. This ain't none of that, being a transsexual is just like, being a racist. No. Black folks is black folks, and we're being treated accordingly. The only difference with the Donald Trump presidency is racism is being passed across the mat equally. Now everybody's feeling it. You didn't give a fuck when it was Trayvon Martin or Walter Scott or any one of these brothers and sisters being gunned down, Freddie Gray, with his rights being violated. You didn't give a fuck. You didn't protest. Oh, you niggers need to stop crying. Don't you have a black president? But now, since the fuckery is coming your way, the dreamers built America. Well, go tell, bottom line, go tell that shit to fucking Donald Trump on your way out, goddammit. Hear that fucking nonsense? You got the right goddamn one. It's the bottom line. Say it, T-Wall. Y'all be safe now. In a minute. Fuck out of here.
See, I like his fire. I like that fire. All right, so here is the link to that video that you just watched right there on the screen. And then you can go over and subscribe to this brother. Okay, he's called The Bottom Line SW. So that's his link. And I'll try to post all of these links in the description box of this live stream. That way, for the people that missed the live stream, you can go and watch this video. But welcome all of you that have entered the room. You know, when I have it on full screen, it's very difficult for me to interact with you on full screen. I guess I don't have to put it on there, but I just wanted you to get a full view. Yes, he did. He really did win in. He really did. And I love finding good YouTubers out here. They may not have the biggest audience. Hi, DJ Gambler. You know, they may not have the biggest audience, but their voice have the kind of passion that we need in these last days. Absolutely. All right, so now let me go to the next video. This is a young brother that been watching my videos, and he just started a channel. This is his only video, y'all. His only video. So please, you know, try to support the youth on here, especially the Black youth that know what the agenda is. That's his channel link. I'm going to play it. It's about growing your own hair. And this little young brother watches my channel and he comments, and, you know, it's really sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and play his video.
Hello, hi, and I'm just going to do a quick video about like how to grow your hair using like rubber bands. So like a quick effective way to grow your hair in like minutes. It's basically like stretching your hair. So like all you need first is just like your Afro comb. I got mine from a shop like Beauty Queen's Cosmetics, and then all you need is like rubber bands like that to put in your hair. So then to start off, all you need is just like, hold on, all you need just to part your hair, and then like you get a section of your hair and put the rubber band in, so like mini afro puffs around your hair. So like, and then you just keep wrapping it around till like it turns like this. So more and just keep doing it. So right now I've done my first two. Hold on, I've done my first two, and then I'll like show you later how it looks like. So like now, as you can see, I've done most of my hair in the mini afro puffs. Basically, I know it looks silly, but like you can do it like at home so that no one can really see it. And like, yeah, but make sure the hair is clean. Make sure you moisturize it. I've already moisturized mine. Okay, and I'll see you guys later. And make sure to keep your hair tidy. Yeah, take away them dandruffs. And see you lot later.
I love it. Love it. All right. He goes by the name of Your Boy Got That Sauce. All right. So one more time, I'm going to post his link. and just get out and support some of the younger people too. I mean, I love his accent. So get out and try to support the youth because they really do need us behind them. Oh, Whirlwind Fire. I didn't know you were in here. I guess you must have came in when I was showing the other video. Welcome. You know, so let's try to support the younger people out here as well. All right. So I have another video. And this is a man that I came across probably like around 2012, somewhere around there. And he actually interviewed me when I still had my old channel. And some of you might have heard that interview. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at the moon. It's really bright. It's really bright out here. And, you know, he started delivering messages that really caught my eye. And I've been watching him off and on ever since. He doesn't have a big audience, but he really should have a big audience because he really brings it in these videos. And his name is Maurice Mohammed. And let me post a link to his video. And then I will play the video. And this is Brother Maurice Mohammed. I think this is, hopefully that's it. All right, so let me go ahead and play this brother's video. I'm going to also put it on full screen.
Peace and blessings, family. Peace and blessings. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. It's going to be a real quick one today, but tomorrow, I already know we're going to be going a little longer. Eventually, once I get other things set up, all my videos, I won't be doing them in the car any longer. I'll be doing them at the house in the office. And they will be a little bit longer than these 20, 30 minutes. And everything will be a whole lot better, basically. But what I want to talk about real briefly this morning, you tell your children to don't lie, right? All good parents tell your children, don't lie to me. Tell me the truth. All good parents do that. We tell other adults, don't lie to me. Just tell me the truth. Or keep it real, as they say, as we say. Now, we have just been through Christmas, a lie that most of us already know it's a lie. People still do it because they're comfortable with the lie. Then the next one after that is New Year's. Here we are in the dead of winter. And people are saying, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. But it really is not. It's not a new year. Not according to nature, not according to God, not according to how the natural state of things go. It's not the new year yet. We're still in the old year. You say, well, Brother Muhammad, the calendar says December 31st, then the 1st, New Year's Eve, then New Year's. But that's the Gregorian calendar. That's the Gregorian calendar. That's not the original calendar that we used to use before they came up with this calendar. We use the natural calendar, the lunar calendar. and you knew it was New Year, because the way the universe, the way God has things working, you see it. The trees begin to bloom, flowers begin to grow. That's your new year. You're in the death of winter right now, freezing our tails off. We're in the death of winter. The trees are dead. The trees are not dead, but no leaves are growing. The new year comes once you start to see the flowers and the trees and all of this come back to the life that it had the year before. So we got to always remember, man, this dude, he's a trickster. And you go all your life, every 31st of December, Happy New Year, New Year's Eve, to go out and party. Party hardy. You ain't party hardy into the truth. You're party hardying to the lie. And not even aware that you're partying to a lie. It's a damn shame that as a grown man and woman, when we teach our children not to lie, we tell them not to lie, but yet we're living lies and not even aware of what's going on. Every day, right in front of your face, living lies. It's a hell of a thing. It's a hell of a thing to not to know and understand. But the more the enemy can keep you tricked, can keep you asleep to the truth about who you are, to the truth about who he is, to the truth about the reality that he made, that you were birthed in, to keep you blind, deaf, and dumb. He wants to keep you blind, deaf, and dumb. And that's not for your benefit. That's for his benefit, to keep you in such a hellified condition. That's for his benefit, because he gets to misuse you. He gets to abuse you. And you don't know right from wrong. So you eat it up, because that's what you've been taught from a baby. They indoctrinated you into their system as a baby. And what could you do? Couldn't do nothing, because you didn't know nothing. Your parents didn't know nothing. So they were all willing actors in the deception of ourselves. But they didn't know. They didn't know. But you knew. Information is coming. So from now on the 31st of December, don't tell nobody Happy New Year Eve and it turns into the 1st of January and saying Happy New Year. Stop it and live truth. Stop it and live the truth. You know, you go out there and you see your family members, you see everybody with their tree, Christmas tree decorated. And these are church folk, tree decorated. But the Bible explicitly says, don't be like the heathen that go into a tree, cut it down, fix it in a way that it does not move, and deck it with silver and gold. Do not be like them. And what do y'all do? You go and be exactly like them. I gotta have my truth. Why? Is it that you're so used to the lie that you don't know, that you don't want to do anything else? Are you so used to the lie that it has become second nature, that you just do things on cue? You go spend your money on cue? Huh? It's Mother's Day. Let me go out there and spend my money. It's Father's Day. Let me go out there and spend my money. It's Secretary Day. Let me go out there and spend my money. It's Grandparents' Day. Let me go out there and spend the money. It's Thanksgiving. Let me go out there and spend the money. It's Christmas. Let me go out there and spend the money. It's Easter. Let me go out there and spend the money. Halloween. Let me go out there and spend the money. Valentine's Day. Let me go out there and spend the money. You spend the money on cue. You've been trained to give all your hard-earned money out the door on cue. On cue. Your ignorance helps you to stay poor, because you would go out there and spend money that you really don't have to spend on foolishness because you don't want the children to feel bad, or you don't want your boyfriend or girlfriend to feel bad, or your family members because you didn't get them nothing. Hell, they would prefer you to pay your light bill. They should prefer you to pay your rent. They should prefer you to buy your groceries. They should prefer you to do right by yourself and by them. Stop being on cue with this enemy. Stop being on cue with the enemy. He got you like a damn puppet that he controls. We should be tired of that. We should be tired of that. Always operating on cue. I tell you, I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. The white man made good niggas out of us. He made good niggas out of us. And you continue. And you help make good niggas out your own children. You continue to help make good niggas out your own children. And for what? So you can be accepted, so you can be liked, so you can be loved, so you can be popular. You rather live a lie for false things? You rather live a lie for false things that the enemy told you is important. Like I said, you operate perfectly on cue. You operate perfectly because the enemy made you into a nigga. And what can you do? Nigga can't do nothing. A nigga can't do anything because he didn't make you to do nothing but accept. But if you come home to the knowledge of yourself and the knowledge of others, you can change that. You have to accept your own and be yourself. Thank you for listening. You kill a nigga in you, I'm gonna kill a nigga in me, and we will reign.
That's his saying at the end. But let me post the link to his channel once more. This is Brother Maurice Mohammed. There we go. You know, everybody got their own style, as you can see, in doing their video. And I kind of like that. I kind of like that everybody has their own unique way of presenting their videos. All right, this brother, I actually discovered him about a year ago. This is Guru, and I've been following his videos off and on since 2017, and I have grown fond of his style and his way of doing videos. So I'm going to play this. He talks about Trump's approval rating at an all-time low. I'm going to post the link to his channel, and then I will get started with his video. That is the link to Guru.
Greetings and welcome to Black Talk Radio, where Black radio stations matter and Black lives certainly matter. Today is Wednesday, January 17, 2018. Today's video is about a record that's being broken by none other than Donald J. Trump, who ends his first year in office with the lowest average approval rating. You heard it, and this isn't fake news. Today, it's been reported that Donald Trump is wrapping up a year in office with the lowest average approval rating of any elected president in his first term. Let's look at those numbers. That's according to polling by Gallup, which shows that Trump has averaged just a 39% approval rating since his inauguration. The previous low was held by Bill Clinton, whose first year average stood 10 points higher than Trump's at 49%. Well, Trump's current approval rating in Gallup's weekly poll is comparable to his average rating, standing at just 38%, with 57% of Americans saying they disapprove. Presidents have recovered from periods of low popularity before. For example, Clinton's rating fell to just 37% in June 1993 before quickly regaining ground, and he went on to win re-election. Harry S. Truman held the approval of less than 40% of Americans for significant chunks of his first term and was also re-elected. He went on to set Gallup's lowest ever approval mark at just 22% in 1952. Let's just hope and pray that Donald Trump does not win a second term. There's been a lot of talk of that, of course, by his supporters, but we all know that that's less than half of Americans. So with that, we're going to bank on it that, well, we're going to be a lot smarter Americans and we won't all be donkeys of the day. Anyways, let's move on to the next story here. What do we have? Well, this story is actually piggybacking on the first story. This story is about that there's no way African Americans are warming up to Trump. For some odd reason, there's some talk and speculation that his approval rating has, well, improved where Black Americans are concerned. And, well, I'm here to say that that is likely fake news. Anyone who has reported that, they're pushing a story that is filled with propaganda, because there's just no way that that's the case. Well, mix one flawed poll with one enthusiastic Fox News anchor and one gullible viewer in the White House. That's what this story is about. D. Watkins of Saloon writes, My guilty pleasure is checking President Donald Trump's Twitter feed for laughs. On those darkest days, his half-baked logic, his childish rants, and his never-ending supply of cheap shots at the most random of people make for great comedy. Well, that's true, because yes, he is a comedian. But today, while the president watched Fox News during his executive time, I think he may have lost his mind. Well, let me show you what he's talking about. Trump tweets, unemployment for Black Americans is the lowest ever recorded. Trump approval ratings with Black Americans has doubled. Thank you. And it will get even much better at Fox News. Now, again, this is a man who has lost his mind because first and foremost, those numbers are totally incorrect. Donald Trump is trying to push a story that is fake news. It's false. They are not accounting for the high percentage of number of Black males who are incarcerated that are not even a part of the system, and a number of other issues that makes this claim so false. I think Tone Talks covered this issue and he explained it way better than I could, but nonetheless, he exposed how this message is quite dangerous, and it is. And so I'm going to piggyback on that and say that, well, Donald Trump, this is fake news that you tweeted right here. You should stay off Twitter. Anyways, let's move on to the third and final story of today, at least in this video. It's about, a coon. Well, this story is about the St. Louis police chief and the director of public safety, which his name is Jimmy Edwards, and he's the coon I'm talking about. He says that blacks killing blacks is a problem facing African Americans that needs to be addressed. And as if he doesn't realize that we've been addressing this issue for the longest. And I'm going to get to that, as a matter of fact, because I'm going to put his behind on the hot seat for making this claim. He needs to do something if he wants to keep his job. I think we need to put his little behind on the hot seat for a minute. Anyways, pictured here in this picture is on the left here is the St. Louis police chief. His name is John Hayden. And on the right is of the police chief is the director of public safety. His name is Jimmy Edwards. And he's here carrying this banner, as you could see, of Dr. Martin Luther King at the Dr. Martin Luther King Day parade on Monday, June 15th. Anyways, this brother, I'll say it loosely, he goes in to say, and I quote, "This message is for Black folks," Edwards said during remarks Monday at the annual downtown ceremony honoring the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He continues, of the city's 205 murders last year, 204 of the victims were African American, Edwards said. Quote, 100% of the people that were caught and accused of those crimes were African Americans. We have to address that. We cannot go forward and continue King's dream unless we look in the mirror and address that problem. That's a problem that's on us, unquote. And then he goes in to say, lastly, that I'm going to read anyways, for this little story, is that, quote, in order for Chief Hayden to have any success, in order for Judge Edwards to have any success, you've got to step forward, unquote, Edwards said, urging the public to report crimes and work with law enforcement to create a safer community. Where do I begin? You know, as he's carrying this banner of Martin Luther King Jr., I'm sure if it's not Martin Luther King's niece, who is a coonette, if it's not for his nephew, Isaac, who I did a video on, who is also a coon, then it's people like this public safety director, Jimmy Edwards, who then goes into saying that, yes, this message is for Black folks, that we need to talk about the problem that's on us. Well, here's what I'm going to say to that. You're the public safety director, right? We're going to put the onus on you and the St. Louis police to do your jobs, because that's the problem. You guys don't care. When it comes to Black life, you don't care. You don't even try to find out who the murderer is. And then those that you do find out, sure, you do something about it, but for the most part, you're not even trying to do it. For the most part, for most cases, you do for the high profile cases, but it doesn't seem like you're doing your job out there. So that's what I would suggest for you, Jimmy Edwards, especially, is to do your job. So if it means that you need to gather the financial support to put in safety cameras in high profile violent areas, then you need to do that. But instead of your police officers harassing people who are not doing anything wrong, just racial profiling, have them do their jobs and find out who these real criminals are. That's a first and foremost. And then let's get to your message that the Black people should, work with the law enforcement. How about you first and foremost get law enforcement not to kill us while we're unarmed, and then maybe Black people will start working with the police. But until then, Black people are not going to work with the police when you have police departments across America, incarcerating us in large numbers for small crimes, like marijuana, that now you're allowing white people to profit from legally. While you got us locked up in your prisons and jails across America, why don't you look into changing that? If you want to do something significant, instead of talking about the Black on Black crime without even bringing up the white on white crime against Black people, which is racism, how about we talk about that? As a matter of fact, how come you're not meeting with the city officials, finding out how come they're not hiring more Black folks on the jobs? Maybe you might want to look into some of those things. Yes, there is Black on Black crime across America, but it goes to say that there's also white on white crime, and that's not even being addressed. And that's on large numbers. And when that happens, it affects a whole lot of people. Like what happened in Las Vegas with Stephen Paddock when he shot up all those people at the country western concert. Yeah, things like of that nature. And there's plenty other examples that I could give to you while you're just bringing up Black on Black crime. We need to also discuss white on white crime. No, this is not deflecting. It's about responsibility and accountability on all parts, on all sides. If you're going to bring up one, you need to discuss the other. It's just that important. One goes with the other. You can't have one without the other. But anyways, people like you make me sick. You really do. You make me sick because you come off and you appear to be like a coon, because we've heard this story before. We know we need to have this discussion. We've been having this discussion, and the police don't really, really want to do anything about Black on Black crime, aside from just locking up people at will and killing us in the streets. Again, if you fix that, then you might get the cooperation from the Black communities. Fix police brutality and racial injustice, and then you'll get the cooperation of the Black community. It's that simple. This is Black Talk Radio. I appreciate you hanging in there and watching this video. Thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button. We'll see you in the next video. Take care. Peace out.
Okay. I'm going to post his link one more time. And this is Guru. All right. Yeah, and we do know about Black on Black crime, but see, they use Black on Black crime in a means to deflect us from talking about the real issue. And it's really these Caucasoids. That's the real issue. Oh, no problem. The bottom line, SW, I'm so glad you're here. And I definitely, I like shouting people out that I listen to, and I'm going to continue to do this, probably off and on. Now, this last one is a bonus video, y'all. This is an old throwback that S. Wiseman sent me, and it's from 1968. And the woman holding the mic that's introducing the group, it's kind of cut off, but take a good look at her. It's Helen from the Jeffersons. It's Helen. So S. Wiseman sent me this. It's MB Kids, Youth Spirit House Mover, powerful, and it really is. This is the Leroy Young Spirit House Movers and Players, and these were kids from Bed-Stuy, 1968. So I'm going to go ahead and play this video. I think you will all enjoy it.
So here they are.
We are young black people of fire and blood. We are the ones who take back what is ours. We are the strong men who will take you all out of your weaknesses. We are the murderers of murderers. Blood and fire, blood and fire, blood and fire. If any of you are strong enough to stand with us, move with us, fight, and move with us, then come with us. I'm here slaves and pitched overboard. Never end. Land was taken away, culture taken away. Never end. Last hired, first fire. Never ending. Rape your mother. Never ending. Lynch your father. Never ending. Bomb your churches. Never ending. Kill your children. Never ending. Wars to fight his wars. Never ending. No. For everybody else. But when will we love ourselves?
The black man is strong.
Yes.
The black man can strive the earth.
Yes.
And he will learn to love himself and make the world to his own image. And he will learn to love himself and learn first who that self is. Open your eyes and hearts, black people. There are beasts in this world who feel the ignorance and terror. Because so to your weaknesses, skip themselves like that they think that they are beautiful.
Hey, you and you too, teacher. Why must it always be that the only black people I learn about in school, that is George Washington Carver and Booker T? What about the great black leaders of African past? Manson Luther, yeah, powerful ruler of Mali, Sonny Alapia, yeah, a great black conqueror. Hey, you and you too, teacher. Can't you see all these people are black and a part of history? So why must always see black children about George Washington Carver and Booker T? What about the great black leaders of yesterday and today? Frederick Douglass, yeah, editor and lecturer Harriet Tubman, yeah, leader of the Underground Railroad, Sojourner Truth, yeah, speaking for better conditions for the black people, Nat Turner, yeah, the prophet, Malcolm X, yeah, one of the most greatest black men who ever lived. Can't you see all these people are black and a part of history? So why must they always see black children about George Washington Carver and Booker T? Who are you? Where did you come from? Are you proud? Do you like your deflation? Or would you rather have your own nation? Are you proud? Would you rather fight for what is right? Are you proud? Would you rather die for what is right? Are you proud? Thomas Bessie, be proud. Nat Turner, be proud. Harriet Tubman, be proud. Johnny Truth, be proud. Leroy Jones, be proud. A.Flat Brown, be proud. Malcolm X, be proud. Don't be scared. Because if you are scared, you're in the dead. America, native for America. What has America done for me? Nothing, but made me a zombie. I don't know who I am. I try to act like somebody else. No name, no language, no culture. Got our women acting like some Aunt Jemimas, Buelers, Sapphires. Got our men acting like second section. Man-time molars, Willie Benson, some Rochesters. What has America done for me? Nothing, but made me a zombie. Took away my uncle life. Gave me some brooks with some dead white man hanging from it. Teaching us about Mary had a little lamb. Mary was right, the lamb was right. And what about old Snow White? Old Mother Hubbard went to the cupboard to give her poor dog a bone. I lied. She gave the dog a steak and gave the bones to Negroes. Neck bones, pig feet, ham hocks, chitterlings, guts. Made us gut eating, whiskey consuming, soap using, Uncle Tom niggas. That's what America done for me. Made me a robot, a Frankenstein, a puppet. What has America done for me? Nothing, but made me a zombie. Integration, segregation, humanization, emasculation, frustration, and complete annihilation. If you are seeking a just education, we are taught to hate ourselves, that everything white is right. We are taught to hate ourselves. Everything we learn is right. Jack and Jill is right. Dick and Jane is right. Little Bo Peep is right. Little Jack Horner is right. Little Red Riding Hood is right. History is right. Civics is right. Math is right. Spelling is right. Social studies is right. Santa Claus is right. And he coming down from Black Chimney. Shut up, no wonder black people hate themselves. America, America, why did you bring us here? America, America, why did you bring us here? To make slaves, to make us work for no pay, yeah, for no pay, work for day for no pay. America, America, why did you bring us here? America, America, why did you bring us here? We are supposed to be free, but Malcolm Farmer hypocrisy. Their hands stuck on the high seat, and they got the nerve to let us see. My country is a thing. Can't you see the hypocrisy? America, America, why did you bring us here? America, America, why did you bring us here? Boo! For employment, boo! For poverty, boo! For slums, boo! For slavery, boo! For lynching, boo! For murdering, boo! For assassination, boo! Boo! Boo for America! Today is ours. Let's live it. And love is strong. Let's give it. A song can help. Let's sing it. Peace and fear. Let's breathe. The past is gone. Don't ruin it. Our work is here. Let's do it. Our world is wrong. Let's right it. The battle is hard. Let's fight. The road is rough. Let's clear it. The future is gone. Don't fear it. It's safe to sleep. Let's wake it. Today is ours. Let's take it. Ramen, 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 ramen. All pulled together, black power, Kunja, Asante, Tutanada. Calling all black people, calling all black people, man, woman, child, wherever you are. Calling all black people, calling all black people, man, woman, child, wherever you are. Urgent, black people, come on in. Asante, Tutanada.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm going to leave the link. Let me post a link to this video. This is NBK Vintage. Okay, let me go ahead and post this one. So if you haven't, please go over and subscribe. Absolutely, y'all. And like I said, in the description box, I will leave each one of the videos that you viewed. And this is what we need. This is absolutely what we need, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Let me get, all right, there we go. You know, like I said, we need to reclaim what's ours, you know, and as you can see, You know, you can watch something from 1968 done by our brothers and sisters, and it still moves you. It's still entertaining. You still enjoy it. And it still has a message that we can all relate to. Period. So, you know, let's stake our claim to what's ours. No more of people coming and robbing from us. That's got to stop. Period. And we're the only ones that can make it stop. You know, they know what your greatness is. That's why they keep trying to suppress it. If we were really the dumb people that they keep claiming, they would not have spent 5 centuries trying to hold you down if that were really truly the case. They know they're lying to you. The thing is, many of our people are so beaten down, they don't even realize your enemy knows how smart you are. They know what your abilities are. They know you can do things they can't do. They know you can outperform them. That's what this whole thing is about. Keeping us down and trying to put themselves in a top spot that they really truly don't belong in. And we are seeing this as we go along. I mean, let's face it. Many of us have great, smart, and intelligent family members. Do you think someone like Donald Trump is smarter than them? Hell to the no. Okay? No. Donald Trump is about as great as these people are going to be able to show you now. They think all you need is money to be smart. They equate smart with money. And it really has nothing to do with money, especially when it comes down to Donald Trump, who is a trust fund baby. Okay? If you are born in this world and you already got money handed to you, then no, that's not smart. You know, only a stupid person would equate that as smart, but they do. But we have to think about how we want to move forward and take ourselves to that next level. White people are not going to lead us to the next level. This is pretty much it as far as their kingdom is concerned. The Gentile world is dying. Okay? The only thing we need out of this world is moving into our future. That's it. We are going to be the ones taking the world to another level. These folks from the caves are never in a million years going to be able to do it. They gave us Donald Trump. Enough said. Okay, enough said. So I just wanted to gather us back together so I could finish up the videos that I wanted you to see, some of the people that I am subscribed to. And, I hope that over the coming weeks and months that you will grow to like many of the channels that I presented to you as much as I do. I love waking up and I look forward to all of their videos and what they have to say. We have a message too, just like anyone else on this earth. And no matter how much they keep trying to suppress our voices will continue to ring through, whether they like it or not. And that's the truth. Okay? That's the truth. Well, virtually everything in this society, education, invention, the way they have everything set up into the society, it's a form of slavery because that's the only way these folks know how to operate. They don't know how to operate any other way. This is why you've seen them always sneaking slavery back in all throughout the centuries. Right. So we went from the plantations, then right after the plantations fell, because they all financially collapsed in the South after the slaves left. So that just go to show you their whole existence in the South depended on us holding it up, period. If that were not the case, the South would never have collapsed. And I don't want to hear nothing about no damn civil war. These people could not live because no one was down there doing the labor for them anymore. White people literally did not work during chattel slavery. They did not work. We did the work. So after the South collapsed, they had to come up with a way to get you back into slavery. That's when prisons came up and the chain gangs and all that stuff that you saw in history. That's when prisons start popping up all over the country because they knew exactly who they were going to put in those prisons, the same ones they had in slavery. And then sharecropping came along. Sharecropping, another form of slavery. Many of our people that did sharecropping did not get paid either. They cheated them out of their money and did all kinds of things to make sure they worked without pay. In many cases, they had these sharecroppers working all year long and made them wait all the way to the very end of the year to pay them. Now, how rotten is that? That is some dirty shit to do to somebody. Dirty. And they made sure the only kind of work a Black woman could get is a domestic servant inside of a house. That's just slavery. She was just doing house slave work. That's all. She did the same work the house slave did. Cook, clean, wash, and cater to the family inside. But see, your indoor slave is the one that really got gang raped the most. They were the ones that got raped. And they did a lot of devious things on them sexually. It was pretty ugly. And then all through Jim Crow, you saw how we were treated, all the Black only, and that's when a lot of the lynchings took place during Reconstruction and all the way through Jim Crow. But even to this day, they mass incarcerate who? The same people they had in chattel slavery. So it just goes to show you, no matter what era we were in, they always found a way to use our labor cheaply or for free. And it's still happening even to this day. Still happening. So what is my point? My point is America has never lived without slavery. She has never existed without slavery. And she never will. So as long as these people are in charge, we're not getting out of this condition. Period. This is why they are not the ones to move us into the future. They're not the ones. Their time is done. It really, truly is. And all we have to do is stay out of their way, because they are going to catch the worst hell you've ever seen in your life as we move forward. You know, the Most High told us to look for the signs and wonders. And we got one hell of a one this morning, seeing the supermoon. I saw that supermoon last night. It was huge. I saw it. It was huge and it was very bright. Now, that was the one thing I did see. But, well, it was all the same. You know, it was the supermoon and the blue moon. And then after the solar eclipse, that's when we saw the blood moon. Okay, so believe me, that's a hell of a sign from our Heavenly Father. And it's a sign that things are about to get worse for America. This is no time to be bonding with Gentiles. This is the time to get away from them. Ain't that the truth? Education, invention, that is the truth. The Most High said 400 years, not a second longer. Not a second longer, period. He did not say 400 years, it may be a little more. No, he said 400. That's it. It's not going to be a second longer than what he said. And the only thing we can do is stay out of the way when he brings his judgment down on them. That's all we can do. And that's all we need to do. And coons, well, there's nothing we can do about them. You know, coons, again, is they're the extension of white supremacy. That's all a coon is. And we certainly can't move to the next level with a coon. So they already staked their claim. You know, they chose the side that they think was winning. You know, just like a lot of these foreigners, these immigrants that come to the country, they choose the side that they feel are winning, and that's against us. So we don't have time for that. We don't have time. You know, they are becoming a thing of the past, and that's where they should be. Oh, I am so sick of coons, and the True Royal did did a video this morning, and I think I laughed through when that guy was on that video. I think I laughed through it from that point on. I could not believe it. I couldn't believe it. He looked so animated. When I looked at that black dude in that video, I thought he looked almost mechanic, didn't he? I said to her, I wrote in her comment section, I said, he looks like a black cartoon. He looked like a cartoon. Oh my goodness, he looks so mechanical. Like, you sure that's not a robot somebody put in there? A black robot? Woo, that's scary that somebody is like that. But unfortunately, there are a lot of our people that are like him. He's one of many, and it's sad. Yeah, you know, he was just, the words he was speaking just sound so Fox News to me. Everything he was standing there saying, just it's almost like he was just breathing the words of Fox News standing there. You know, I don't have time for no Negroes like that. I'm surprised he didn't have a white woman with him, but after looking at him, I don't think one would go near him. I don't think none would go near him. They would look at him and go, I think I'll pass on this one. Oh, okay. There was an NBA player killed in a car crash. Yeah, unfortunately, to me, it's shameful after everything we've been through in this country that a coon would even exist. But just know they've been existing since we been around these people. You know, remember, even Nat Turner, during his time, and even before then, you know, there's always been some butter biscuit coons running among us. And unfortunately, it's going to be like that to the bitter end. Yeah, Mark Burns. I did a couple of videos on Mark Burns, Pastor Mark Burns and his white wife and biracial kids. Yeah. What are your race, Lisa? I am black. I had 2 black parents. I am black. Don't let the last name throw you off. There's a lot of people with that last name in the islands. You know, it's a lot of them, especially when you get around the Afro Puerto Ricans and the Afro Cubans. A lot of them have my last name, Cabrera. So it is not, don't think for one moment it's some white person's name. There's many people, Black men and women and children on those islands that have my name, my last name. So don't be thrown off by that. But I am Black. I had a mother. My mother was a light-skinned woman. My dad was a dark-skinned man. But both my parents were Black. You know, I spoke it a lot more when I was a kid. I don't speak it so much now, only because, you know, most of the people I interact with were, are now, you know, Black. Literally, and I'm not exaggerating, literally most of the people that I interact with now are Black, and they don't really speak Spanish. So I have not spoken it in years because no one around me is speaking Spanish. But as a child, yes, I did. Same for me, light mother, dark skinned dad. Yeah, yeah. You know, a lot of people, and I kind of came out a little more on my mom's side, but you know, I'm not really one into colorism like that. You know, I'm not. I love our light skinned brothers and sisters, and I love the dark ones too. You know, I remember I had a cousin, and I still have a cousin that's really dark. You know, he's real dark, and he used to get teased a lot because of his complexion. I was the one person that would stand up for him, you know, and, you know, he's one of those people, you know, how sometimes you see people that are so dark, the palms of their hands are dark because of all the heavy melanin they have. And even the gums are brown because they are so heavily melanated. He's like that. And he had a problem with colorism because of so many people teasing him growing up because he was just so dark skinned. And I never had problems with it. I love our our dark melanated family, and I like our light melanated family. I love all. Still Judah, right? You're still Judah whether you're light or dark. And our enemies sure don't care whether you light or dark. They discriminate against all of us. It doesn't really make any difference at all. But you know, most Black people, we range from light and dark family members. Is That's just the way it is. It was always like that. Even when you go back in the biblical text, a lot of our people were like that even back then. You saw a big, wide range from light to dark. And you can even see that beauty in African people. You'll see some light skinned Africans, and there's some dark Africans. But see, that stuff never made a difference to us until we start being around these devils. And that's when all the colorism came into place, because that's how they used to pit our people against each other back during chattel slavery. And that's why many of the field slaves used to always hate the house slave. And it was your master that got all of that shit started between our people. Yeah, you know, we are bronze, and some people think that we are copper, and some people think that, you know, I even seen caramel. It doesn't matter. We are all still Judah. Yeah, well, you know, the paper bag test. Yeah, I know, Craig J. There are still some people that use that even to this day. You know, unfortunately, I even heard recently a Black woman talking, and she was like, oh no, because they were looking at some of the Black men walking in the room, and I happened to be in there. And one of the women said, oh no, I don't want no man that dark. I don't want my kids coming out Black. And I'm looking at her and I was like, bitch, you are Black. What are you talking about? But unfortunately, we still got some people that still talk and think that way among us. And then another time, this must have been 3 years ago, I was out, and it was this dark-skinned brother. He wasn't a bad-looking guy either. He was trying to talk to this young, light-skinned girl. You know, she was attractive and everything. And you know what she said to him? Dark dudes are out of style. And I'm looking at her, I'm like, bitch, you Black. Just because you are a little light. But that's what she said to him. Dark dudes are out of style. Oh no, honey, melanated men never go out of style. That's why I'm showing you those videos, because melanated men never go out of style, ever. Yeah, you know, too many are brainwashed, and that's the problem. Too many. Yeah, her mother raised her to be a fool to be standing somewhere talking like that. But there's going to be a lot of things changing. You know, each time a blood moon appeared in the Bible, things changed. And a lot of people don't know this, but there was a blood moon in Africa. You can go research this. There was a blood moon in Africa. I think like 2-3 weeks after the blood moon, we start getting kidnapped out of Africa. Right after the blood moon, y'all. Right after. So a blood moon always gave you an indication that a change was coming. Something is about to change. Yeah, you know, unfortunately, where I am, when, you know, I did see the moon briefly, but it's kind of overcast tonight too. But I did get a glimpse of the moon a little earlier, and it was pretty bright. But you know, that blood moon always indicates that there is a change that's about to happen. Oh yeah, yeah. I did a story on the South African drought. Absolutely. Oh yeah, we went right into chattel slavery right after a blood moon, y'all. Right after. So it's scary, the power of the Most High and what he can do. We should all be fearing that. All of us. You keep seeing 555 every day. Problem solver EF. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Very interesting, y'all. Blood moon this time means more crackers dying like flies. You can best believe Lord Maul 3, they are dying. I mean, this drug plague is kicking their ass like nothing ever seen before. Nothing. It is really taking them down. I mean, even if I pull up articles now, they are literally whining all over this country for help. Trump has done nothing but talk a good game to these people, but he has done absolutely nothing to help them with this drug plague that's going on in the country. He's done nothing. Nothing. And they are upset. every day I'm seeing articles with them upset that Trump is not doing anything to help. And he's not going to. Trump is going to sweet talk them for their votes. But when it comes down to doing anything to help, he ain't going to do a damn thing. He ain't going to do a damn thing. And according to Robert Kennedy Jr., they are not even having meetings anymore. The opioid committee, they're not even having meetings anymore. So that should be another indicator that they're not going to do nothing. And he's upset that there's no funding. He declared it a public health emergency, and there's no funding going towards the drug plague. So what can you really do with no funding? Not a damn thing. So he's not concerned about these folks that are dying, even if they look like him. He don't care. Well, the universe, Decent D, is melanated. Melanin is even in the universe. It's everywhere. It's all around us, except for these Caucasoid people. You know, they're the only ones that don't have melanin. You know, they have melanin, but it's a different kind of melanin from us. And it certainly don't keep them from burning. They burn up even to this day with sunscreen on the shelf. But they're constantly coming around us talking about high IQs, and they haven't even perfected a decent sunscreen. Okay. You know, I thought they were the creators of everything. Why haven't they created a decent sunscreen? And I got another video that's coming out tomorrow, because I usually try to put them out after midnight. I got one coming out tomorrow, another one from Mike Adams that I'm going to show you tomorrow. Well, you ain't got to worry about running them out. So many of them are dying now. They're dying off. And I also did, I have another video coming out about their low birth rate that will be out tomorrow as well, that I did. You know, it's funny that you're talking about no babies, because they're trying to play this thing in the news saying, well, we don't know if people aren't having babies because they're choosing not to have babies, or no, they can't have babies, y'all. It's not a choosing thing at all. Yeah, some of the women may not want to have babies, but for the most part, the men, the white males have a very low sperm count, and the white females are having a terrible time trying to get pregnant. This is why they're all over in East Europe trying to hire surrogates and bringing Russian women in to have babies, because they can't do it. They can't. Well, naturally, think about this. Naturally, hybrids can't reproduce. Hybrids are usually sterile, and they're hybrids. Hybrids usually cannot reproduce in nature, reproduce themselves. And a lot of hybrids in nature are sterile. So that just go to show you it's not in the Most High's plan for them to reproduce, and you're not even really fully human, which says you really shouldn't be here at all. And that's why those Neanderthals, their forefathers, the Neanderthal, don't exist anymore, because it should not have been here in the first place. That's that crap spoken about in the Bible of the creation of the fallen angels. That shit was created by the fallen angels. It was never supposed to be here. Yeah. Yeah, but I just read what you wrote. You're right. They can't really, they're not creators, ladies and gentlemen. They're not. They're not creators. They are not creators. The only creators, the gift of creation was given to us. He did not give the gift of creation to the Gentiles. He did not give it to them. He gave it to the people he created, and that is the 12 tribes. Becky and Billy did not get the gift of creation. Well, right, Jada T. They don't have originality because they're not of the Most High. They're not of the Most High at all. So no, they don't have any of that creativity passed on to them because they're not his people. They're Gentiles, spittle, as he describes them as. They're spittle. Well, that's why in the Bible they got called, they were like the field beast, Duma S, and they really are. You just look at their actions. And it's funny how they fight to try to suppress all of their deviancy through the media, but it still comes out, don't it? It still comes to light. Oh, good, DJ Gambler. Glad you're not experiencing any lag. That's a plus right there. Yeah, field beast. And believe me, they're going to pay for everything they've done. You know, you can't be unrepenting for all these centuries and believe that there's not going to be any consequences behind that. Yes, there will be many consequences, and they will soon find that out. Remember, we have the only living God. Everything that they honor is what? Stones, wood, wood and stones. Sky Daddy Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, luckily, African goddess, the Most High said he would never let them utterly destroy us. And they have been trying to destroy us for the longest, and we are still here. We are still here. That's right. No good deeds go unpunished. That's right. That is the truth. You know, that's what I need to get into tonight, Jada T. Esdra. I haven't read that book in a while. I think I will get into that tonight. Well, you know, the thing is, all right. Well, the thing is, the only thing we need to do is separate from them. And, you know, and I notice every time we talk about separating from them, they get highly upset. They get highly upset just from the thought of us cutting them off. But that separation must take place. We cannot go, like I said, we can't go to the next level, y'all, with a bunch of oppressors. It's just not going to work. Not going to work. But they get highly upset. But it's so funny how they keep coming and invading us, even online, and we're not asking for them. We're not checking for their asses. We're just trying to enjoy ourselves among each other, and they keep coming and invading us. We're not looking for them. Just like Ludwig there, you know, just won't leave well enough alone. Just got to always come and find out what the black people are talking about and what the black people are doing and what the black people are saying. Oh my God, what are they saying? I got to come in there with my white mouth. You know, and it's funny because they look desperate and want to insist that we need them. But you notice they're always the one running to us to let us know this, but we are not looking for them and needing them like that. But it makes me laugh how every time we talk about you, how you gonna eat the same way I get up and eat every day. White people ain't here shoving a spoon in my mouth. What do you mean, how are we gonna eat? So what they're saying is we control all the food, technically, but if you grow your own garden, you control a lot of your food. Okay, grow a garden. Then that takes a lot of that control out of their hands. In fact, I'm going to be doing my hangout with the patrons more than likely Saturday, and I'm going over gardening in that session. So that's what we're going to be talking about. If you one of my patrons, that's one of the key things we're going to be talking about in our hangout at the end of the week. Well, they feel like, you know why they do that, D Harp? They do that because they think because we were once their slaves, they have the right to know what we are doing at all times, and they absolutely don't. That's what it comes from. They've been snooping on us since chattel slavery, and they are taught in their households to snoop on us all the time and watch them niggers and watch what they say, because they might be plotting, they may be conspiring, they may be don't. That's what they're taught. Okay. And that's why they absolutely will not stay away from us. Exactly, Vanguard. They, you know, they think they got the right to patrol us, and they really truly don't have that right at all. Well, yes, S. Wiseman, that's what I'm going to go over, like different times to plant certain fruits and vegetables. So, like I said, we're going to go over that in detail during the Patreon live stream. More than likely, I'll set it up Saturday. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's how they talk about us, CJ. I mean, I'm not surprised. That's how they refer to us. But, you know, this is why they keep coming to black channels and insulting us, and because they're taught if they keep being negative around us, it'll keep our self-esteem down. It just simply don't work on everybody. You know, what they fail to learn is all of that low self-esteem tactics don't work on all black people, because many of us are hip to what they're doing. So it's not working. But yeah, that's how they've been trying to keep you down, talking down to you. Well, your people kill each other, and black on black crime in Chicago, and black people got low IQs, and you know, they're taught to come around us and keep doing that shit over and over and over. They're taught that. And you know it's taught because too many of them do it. Too many of them do it. That's how you know they are passing that shit down from generation to generation. All that negative talk about us, and then they want to come and talk negative to us. But you don't have to listen to their bullshit. You don't have to listen to it. And you know, you should know by now they're lying. And if we really truly needed them, we would be seeking them out a lot more, and we simply don't. They seek us out. They come to us. And they've always pursued us. We don't pursue them. Period. We don't do it. Well, yeah, that's how they stay in control. They stay in control by brainwashing you to believe all bad things about your people. And that's how they've been able to pull it off all this time, making us believe, just like they try to make us believe they're bigger than what they really are in America. Again, it's all in psychological warfare. That's all it is. Oh, if they keep believing we're big, then they won't try to fight us. They won't rise up and try to fight us if they keep believing that they're just a little tiny 13% and we're this big 80, 70%. It's all lies and illusions. And that's how they've been able to get away with everything all the way up until this point. Yeah, it's all bluffing and lying, and that's what it's all been about. Hi, you're a radical sister. We love you no matter what you call yourself. And, and it's a game they have been playing all the way up until now. No, they can't evolve. No, they can't. And I was reading an article. This must have been back in 2011, 2012. And it was saying the most DNA changes have occurred in Black people, where things have remained the same in white people. They haven't changed very much at all. And we can see that just looking at history. They say and do much of the same thing. But they know something is happening because those changes are occurring in us a lot more rapid than any other group. So they know something's about to happen. Things are changing. The only thing they can do is attempt to slow it down, but we can clearly see even that's not working. Yes, they do use, that's what a lot of their fairy tale books are. And that's why I'm opposed to even having those. My son had those books too until I woke up and I got rid of all of their stories and fairy tale books. I don't believe they should be taught to Black children. I don't care if you think, oh, well, the Three Bears is harmless. Don't teach any of those fairy tales to your children. Don't do it. If you want to put your kids to bed to something at night, put them to bed with some real Black history. Put them to bed with a story about a Black inventor, but not their fairy tales at all. Don't even bring that mess into your homes. Yeah. And then they give us the Three Little Pigs. I mean, I even read that book to my son. Boy, I could kick myself now. I wish I never did it. I wish I never touch any of those books now, but I even did those things too until I had to grow up and learn and move away from that stuff and not bring any of their garbage in my house. Yeah, yeah. I mean, all of it. Snow White and the dwarf, all these seven dwarfs. Get out of here. That stuff sounds freaky to me. Yeah. I had when I used to still bring a Christmas tree into my home. I used to start getting the black angels to put on my tree. And I remember I was in the store and I was looking for a black angel treetop. And they had them in the store. So I was trying to look, but see, the boxes didn't indicate which one was black or white. And I remember I picked one up and it was a blonde hair, blue eyed. And I said, I don't want that one. And I put it on the shelf. And this white woman looked at me and you know what she said to me? Why not? What's wrong with the blonde hair, blue eye? Nobody. And I looked at her and I said, nobody at my house looked like that. I don't want that in my house. No one at my house is blonde hair and blue eyed and got pale skin. So no, I'm not buying that. She looked like she was absolutely offended that I said that to her. She acted like she was offended that I did not want the blonde-haired, blue-eyed one. But I don't do none of that shit at all now. I don't go out and get no black angels, white angels. I don't get none of that stuff. Because even our Bible tells us the angels were male. You know, they're all male. Michael, Uriel, Raphael, they were males. They're not females, they're males. So there are no blonde-haired, blue-eyed female angels in the heavens. They're just not there. But that I will never forget that day in the store. That woman looked like she was deeply offended that I didn't want that blonde shit. I was like, no, lady, you buy it, because I'm not. Yeah, I know. Like I said, I wish I spent too many years into their holidays, and I'm glad I don't do any of that stuff anymore. Well, I don't care what they buy. You know, the thing is, we got to get away from anything that they glorify or tell you you should do in this society. We got to get away from that. We have to get away from that. And we cannot accept any more Gentile teaching at all. And if you are in a position where your kids go to their schools, you just got to make sure you correct a lot of the wrongs when your kids get home. You got to correct all the stuff and make sure they know the things that really do matter. See, they teach you stuff that really don't matter or help you in life. And that's why so many Black children are behind. They teach, it's K through 12 of garbage that you really technically don't need at all. And that's what they've done. And they con the parents into believing that they're getting an education. It's not an education at all. Okay, that's why you got all these white females in the Black community to make sure your kid never gets ahead. That's the only reason why they're there. They're not there for no other reason other than to make sure your kid always lag behind theirs. What year is this? Well, according to the Gentiles, 2018. But if you're Hebrew, your new year don't come until spring. You don't, so a new year is never in a dead season. Winter is a dead season. Why would the Most High, why would the Most High worry about changing a season right in the middle of a dead season? Trees are dead here in New Jersey. They're dormant, no leaves on them. This is not the time of life. These people, they like this dead season because they are dead. Yeah, I've heard that. I heard Pastor Dow say that too. Public fool system. I don't listen to him though. I think he's a little off the I think he's a little out there. Well, first of all, I laugh. They're worried about things being about race, but they use race all throughout history against us. But as soon as we start bringing race up, then here comes the white person. Well, why does that have to be about race? You've made everything about race in this country. What are you talking to us? You need to go straighten that out with your people, not come talk to black folks about that. You need to go to your people and ask them, why does everything have to be about race? Because all of this racism and colorism came from your people. It didn't come from us. So if we talk about it, I don't know why you're getting upset with black people. We didn't start this mess. It didn't get started with us, and it's not going to continue because of us. It's going to continue because of the system they set up in this country. We didn't set up no racist system to work in our favor in this society, but they did. So they have no right coming to us talking about, why does everything have to be about race? Are you freaking kidding me? You ran the last 5 centuries off of racism and still do. What the hell do you think Trump is doing in the White House right now? Running shit off of racism. Get out of here. Don't come in my face with that nonsense. It's all about race when you go get jobs. It's all about race when your kids go to school. It's all about race when you're voting. Even, they even racialize voting. Look at what happened when Barack Obama and Hillary was running. That was about race too. They racialize every damn thing in this country. And think about this, do you know every single government building in America sits on a Native American burial ground? That's what these devils did. Every single mass grave that ended, this is why you notice you can't find the mass graves of the Native American Indians. That's because they put US government buildings on every single mass Native American grave in America. Every single one. It's disgusting. Everything they've done is just animalistic and disgusting. And again, hiding their evil, putting government buildings on top of mass graves of slaughtered Indians, hiding your evil. Oh yeah, the interstates, I-95, all up and down the I-95 corridor here on the East Coast was all black towns. Those were all black towns. Everywhere you see a major highway, major interstate, that's where black towns once stood. So they bulldozed down our towns, or they, as you know, in the riots, many of them got burnt down by white mobs. And instead of replacing the towns are gone, and they replace our towns with highways. Again, covering up the guilt, covering up their evil. This is why you can't find those black towns anymore, because that's where highways are. Well, see, when the whites came into power, that was one of the things they wanted to do. They wanted to whiten up many of the groups. And this is why you see so many lighter versions of everything on the earth now. in so many different color variations because they were trying to lighten up everything with their seed. Yeah, well, you know, that's what they're doing now all over Africa and even Jamaica. They're putting in all these brand new highways. The Chinese are doing that now. Oh yeah, I mean, they own a lot of things, you know. China owns a lot of things. And like I said, eventually just keep your eyes open. They're gonna boot America out of their superpower status. But they deep down inside, they already know this is really truly the end for them. And this is why they're acting out so crazy and they elected someone like Trump and you're seeing all these racist rants and everything else. It's because they know this is it for them. This is it. This is the end. No, China's not going to be our next oppressor. They're not. China's reign will be very short. Oh, well, look for my video tomorrow. I got a new one. There's a woman in the Air Force that does a racist rant about black women. So I got that one coming out tomorrow. Well, I mean, all of the debt that's owed in America is owed to China. And they took the debt clock down so you wouldn't see how bad it is. And it was already over $20 trillion. And they know it's bad. I mean, that's why I laugh when they think they are the best ones to run everything. You look at the conditions of everything around America. I mean, we couldn't have the worst people running everything. And when you really look at, when you get beyond what you see on the surface, we couldn't have the worst creatures running everything right now. They are the absolute worst. And they're going to go down as the stupidest people to ever run this earth. They ran everything on skin color. I mean, dumb shit. All right, y'all. I'm going to conclude my live stream. It was a pleasure talking to everybody. And we will get together again and have all kinds of new things to talk about the next time. But thank you for hanging out with me tonight. It was a pleasure. Shalom, family.